Hello my beautiful friends, welcome back to Genotopia. I know I've been gone for a while, but I've been so busy. I've been having problems with my eyes, and when I tried to film, the light would just start really bothering me and I'd start crying, so the video would just have to be trashed. So I'm going to try to make it through this video again today, and I want to start off February with my video being my top 10 palettes that you can still purchase that I really enjoy using regularly. Now I have over 160 palettes. Some people that's a lot, some people that's not a whole lot, but to me that's a lot of palettes. But these are the top 10 palettes that you can still purchase that I really enjoy using. I wanted to share with you and tell you why I enjoy using them, and you might want to consider buying them. And they're in no particular order, but I just want to start off. I've got them laying right here. I really enjoy the ColourPop Double Entendre palette. This is a really pretty brown palette. Really pretty shades in here. It's got a lot of mattes. It's got some shimmers, some glitters. It gives a really pretty eye look. It's great for every day, and I really do enjoy this palette. Really enjoy this color right here. I think it's just such a pretty brown color. I get some really pretty looks out of it, and I really enjoy this palette for everyday use. So really enjoy this palette by ColourPop. Now this palette I got out of BoxyCharm. This is the Winky Luxe palette. This is the Kitten palette, and I know a lot of people didn't even give this palette a try, but I really do enjoy this palette. I think it is just gorgeous. You can tell I have given this palette a lot of love. I really love this shade right here, and it is called, can't see without my glasses, but anyway, I love this color right here. Love that shade. And it's got some duochrome shades, and it's got some really pretty matte shades. It's got some shimmer shades. I love this palette. I know it's still available on the Winky Luxe website, and it's also available on the HSN website. Love this palette. It's only a $25 palette, and I absolutely adore this palette. Great burgundy, just a gorgeous palette. And this duochrome shade right here, let me get a clean finger and show you this duochrome shade. It's absolutely beautiful. Love this palette. Beautiful. I've got a Huda Beauty palette here. This is the Warm Browns Obsession. This is a really pretty everyday palette. I think it's beautiful. Just a great everyday palette. One of these great travel size palettes. You can stick this in your purse, take it to work with you. Just a great little palette. Gives you some great colors. It's only got one shimmer shade, so basically it is an all matte palette except for the one center shade. So this palette is perfect for me because I prefer mattes. Just beautiful. I love these colors on me, and just I love this palette. I just think it is stunning. Beautiful. Love that palette. This palette I tracked down. It took me months to get this. This is the dupe for the Huda Nudes palette. This is by Revolution, and this is the Revolution Pro palette, the new neutral palette. It took me months to get this. I actually bought a palette by accident thinking it was this, and this palette I absolutely adore. The colors in this palette, so beautiful. And this is only $20 versus the $65. I'm sorry, probably blinding you. The $65 that the Huda palette is. The colors in this are gorgeous, and I didn't want to spend the $65 on the Huda palette, so this palette is gorgeous. I love it. Perfect nudes. I don't wear glitters, but if I wanted to, they are in here. That's the reason I didn't want to spend $65 on the Huda palette, because I knew there was a lot of shades in here that I would not wear. And so there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 shades in here that I wouldn't wear. And so, you know, I got to try it for $20, and I love this palette. Like I said, it took me a while to track it down at Ulta stores because I don't always get to an Ulta. And finally got it. Love it. Worth the $20, and it is absolutely beautiful. It is the Revlon New Neutral palette, or excuse me, the Revolution New Neutral palette by Ulta Beauty. At Ulta Beauty. I can't even talk today. I'm so excited to be back. But anyway, this is a great palette, and I love it for $20. Another Huda palette that I really do like is the Huda Nude Light. Now, This is $29, and I really do enjoy this little palette. It is definitely worth $29. Let me open it up and show you. They have 3 varieties of these. They have the light, medium, and the dark, and I would really like to have all 3 of these. It does have 4 shimmer shades in it, which I probably will only use maybe this one right here, but it is a beautiful palette, and I do enjoy the colors in this, and I have used, just playing with it, I have used all the shimmer shades, but I'm not really a shimmer girl, but this palette is beautiful, and all 3 of the light, medium, and dark palettes are gorgeous, which I have not bought any but the light yet, and I do really enjoy this palette. The colors in this are gorgeous. Let me see if I can get you one of these. Look at that, how gorgeous. Absolutely beautiful. If you cannot tell, I really do love the peachy tones, but that for $29 is gorgeous, and I do recommend that if you have fair skin. Absolutely just gorgeous. Another one that I do love is a limited edition, so you can't buy it right now. It's the Natasha Denona Mini Gold. So if you can't get your hands on that one, I am going to recommend the Mini Nude. I'll go ahead and open up the Mini Gold and show you. If you can get it and you like green shadows, this is absolutely gorgeous. Let me find something to open it up with. It is so beautiful. I love greens. Green is my favorite eyeshadow to wear, and I'm so glad that a lot of companies are coming out with gorgeous greens right now. This palette is just beautiful. I love that. Absolutely beautiful. And for $25, I really do enjoy these little mini palettes by Natasha Denona, because I am yet to bite the bullet and spend $825 or $129. I still haven't even bought one of the $65 palettes yet. Here is the Mini Nude, which is brown tones, which is still a beautiful palette if you aren't in the neutral shades. So if you don't like greens and you can't get your hands on the Mini Gold, here is a beautiful alternative in the neutral shades. Gorgeous. For $25, you get to try out the Natasha Denona formula. Really good palette. I love both of these. So if you like greens, if you can get your hands on this one, it might still be available on the Sephora website. Love that palette. An oldie but a goodie, it's still a staple in my collection, is the ABH Soft Glam palette. This palette is just the perfect wedding palette, the perfect prom palette. This palette is so gorgeous there with the brush to it. It is just beautiful. And as you can see, I have given this palette much, much, much love. Just gorgeous shades in here. Now this is one shimmer shade that I have really used. The shades in here are just gorgeous. I love the shade up here, this golden shade. Just beautiful palette, such soft, beautiful shades. They look great on just about anybody. And I highly recommend, if you're going to buy an ABH palette and you're not into the bright, shocking colors, this palette is absolutely beautiful. I recommend this one actually over the Modern Renaissance palette. I love this palette, and I love the Modern Renaissance, but this palette speaks more to me than the Modern Renaissance, and I love the Soft Glam. I cannot recommend this palette enough if you like really neutral, soft, beautiful shades. This palette right here is like just everything. A bag of chips and a soda. That palette is just everything. Gorgeous. Just gorgeous. Now, this palette is new. This is what I have on my eyes today. This is the Zoeva Matte Palette. This palette is only a $28 palette. I recently purchased this. I went into Ulta Beauty and I looked around and just didn't see anything that really inspired me or that I really liked, and then I went by the Zoeva display and I saw this. This is an all matte palette, and I thought, well, I have not tried their formula, and I picked up this palette for $28, and I really like it. The formula is great to work. It's easy to blend, and I love it all matte palette. So for $28, this for me is a win-win palette. I really enjoy this shade right here immensely. Just a gorgeous shade. I don't know if you can see that. I'm like, beautiful. Just a beautiful transition shade. This shade right here is gorgeous. Just a beautiful palette. I really do enjoy it. I was so glad to see an all matte palette. I'm so glad I tried this for $28. The formula is great. I really enjoy this palette. I had never tried anything by Zoeva, and I'm so glad that I saw this display at Ulta Beauty. a palette that I have bragged and bragged and bragged about on this channel, and I need to repurchase me another one because this is getting pretty old. It is by It Cosmetics. It is the Naturally Pretty palette. Now this is for people who like just a soft eyeshadow look. It is not bang in your face eyeshadow colors. This is for days that I just want a really pretty look. Now you can darken it up with some of the shades in here, and as you can see, I have it panned on 1, 2, 3, 4 shades in here, and got some pretty deep dips in some of the other shades in here. This palette is just absolutely beautiful. My mother got this for me. This was my first high-end palette ever, and I love this palette. Every time I use it, I fall back in love with it because it is so beautiful. This shade right here is what made me fall in love with Rust on my eyes. I love that shade. It gives me such a beautiful look. I pair these 3 shades together, that one, that one, that one, and that one, and it is a beautiful eye look. I love it. Jane on QVC loves this palette, and I love it. It is just a beautiful palette, and I can't say enough about it. If you are looking for your first high-end palette and you don't like bold looks, if you're not good at blending, that palette right there is for you. If you're looking for a palette for a young girl who is not good at blending eyeshadows, that palette is for her. And Bella is here. Say hi, everybody. You haven't seen me in a long time. Say I'm back. Say Mommy hadn't been filming videos. Say Mommy hadn't been filming videos. So here's the bells. Here's the bells. Say I'm back. Say I'm back. Say if you've not subscribed to Mommy's channel, say subscribe so you can see more of me and Mommy. Say hit the little notification bell. Say give us a thumbs up. So I'm going to give Belle some treats to get her down so I can show you my 10th palette. Like I said, these are in no particular order, but it was a acquisition that I got for Christmas. My husband took me into Ulta Beauty and said, pick out anything you want. And I looked around and looked around and looked around. And I had been wanting a palette from this company, but I didn't want to order online because I heard that their customer service was really lacking. So I looked at the 3 palettes I had on display, and this is the one that I picked out, and I'm so glad I did because I really love this palette. It is by KKW Beauty. This is the Basics palette, or the Classic palette, and I love this palette. It is just a beautiful palette. The shades in it were perfect for me, especially this yellow right here. I love that yellow. That shade is stunning. Let me color swatch that for you. Look at that. Is that not gorgeous? I love this palette. This palette gives such gorgeous looks. If you love the looks that Kim Kardashian wears, this is her classic palette, and this was beautiful. I will be purchasing more from KKW. I am not disappointed in the performance of this palette. There are 2 more palettes at Ulta Beauty that they have that I want. I want to try some of the contour. I am definitely going to be purchasing more at Ulta Beauty of KKW makeup products. So I'm really excited about it. I think the packaging is classy. It's just beautiful. I love that. So I will just quickly go over them again. It's the KKW Classic palette, the It Cosmetics Natural Pretty palette. That's one of my all-time favorite palettes. It is the first palette I ever talked about on this channel. It will probably be the last palette I ever talk about on this channel because I just absolutely adore that palette. We have the Zoeva matte palette. Like I said, this is my newest acquisition, and I absolutely adore it. If you love a matte, all matte palette, and this is only $28, can't recommend this one enough. The ABH Soft Glam, just absolutely beautiful palette. Can't recommend that one enough either. We have the Natasha Denona. If you can't get your hands on the mini gold, if you like greens, then definitely try the mini nude palette. Just gorgeous. And for $25, you get to try the Natasha Denona formula. Also, the Huda Beauty Nude, and this one is in the light. I really like it for my fair skin tone. I would also like to try the medium and the dark because they are both also beautiful. I did color swatch those when I was in Sephora, and they are beautiful shades also. Also, the Huda Beauty Warm Brown Obsessions. These colors are gorgeous. There is only one shimmer shade. The rest of it is a nude. Rest of it is a matte palette. Just absolutely beautiful, especially if you like mattes. perfect for me because, like I said, I am a matte girl, so it works perfect for what I like. It's great travel size, great to throw in your purse and your makeup bag, just perfect. The Revolution Pro New Neutral, which is a dupe for the Huda Nudes palette. Just a beautiful collection of soft, gorgeous shades, and just a beautiful palette for $20 at Ulta Beauty. Just a beautiful collection of eyeshadows, and I love that. So glad I finally got my hands on that one. The Winky Lux Kitten palette for $25. I love this little palette. Great travel palette. The only thing is it doesn't have a mirror, but still, this is a great palette. It's got one of my all-time favorite transition shades, this one up here in the corner. I love that burgundy. This is one gold shade that I will wear. I do really like this. I love this. I have never had a bad eye look out of this palette. I absolutely adore that. And last but not least, ColourPop's Double Entendre palette. This gives great looks in this. It also has shimmers. It has a glitter, beautiful mattes, just an absolutely beautiful everyday palette. It doesn't have a mirror, but you know, this palette, I think it's $16. This palette is just a great palette, and you know, the ColourPop formula is one of the best formulas out there on the market for the price, and I love that palette. So I hope to be getting some more videos out there really, really soon. Like I said, the reason I've been gone is because I've been so busy with, you know, just life in general, with my eye issues, and my eyes are starting to tear up now, so I'm going to have to, you know, quit this video. But anyway, if you like my video, give me a thumbs up and a share. If you like any of these palettes, I suggest you're going out and try them. If you have any of these palettes, you know, suggest these down below to the other ladies watching the video. You know, tell them why you like them. If you don't like them, tell them why you don't like them. You know, give your opinion on them also. So give me a thumbs up and a share, and I'm glad to be back. Remember, I love you from the bottom of my heart, so share the love, not the hate. And like I said, give me a thumbs up and a share. If you've not already subscribed, be sure to hit that little subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you get notified every time I upload a video. And I really do like this Soeva Mattes palette. So this is what I have on my eyes today, and for $28, this is a great little palette, and I'm glad I tried those Soeva palettes. So I'm going to leave you with this instead of my mug, and share the love, not the hate.